Hello everyone, and welcome to part 4 of the How to Become a Speedcuber series. This part is on one look PLL. So, you're probably averaging around 30 to 35 seconds, maybe higher, maybe lower, and it may become apparent to you that you want to start learning one look on the last layer. So, you want to start with PLL because of a couple reasons. The first reason is there's only 21 of them versus 57 OLLs, although PLLs are a little bit longer. And also, learning the PLLs first shaves off more time because the PLLs take longer and you're cutting it down from 2 long algorithms to one long algorithm, which saves more time than if you learned all 57 algorithms for OLL, which saves you less time. So I'm not going to be going over all 21 algorithms because that would be insane, but I will be going over some good memorization tips and techniques and some tricky cases, you could say, or some, just some main cases for PLL and how to recognize them. So first off is memorization. Memorization is a big part of OLL and PLL because if you don't do it right, it's not a very fun experience. And I can say that from my own experience because I tried to learn PLL all at a time, and it took me a while to figure out that I need to learn it one by one to actually memorize them in a good amount of time, like not a very long amount of time. So first off, I think you should only really learn 1 a day, 2 max if you're really working on it for a lot of the day, but really 1 a day is a good number, and that'll get it done in 3 weeks, and actually less, because you're not going to be learning 21 PLLs because you already know like 6, 7, or 8 from 2 looks, so that shaves it down to like the teens or lower teens. So also in the actual algorithms themselves, there's these things called triggers, and in the link I gave you, Bad Mephisto, he has nice diagrams, and also he puts the triggers in parentheses, so you know where they are. So like an example of a trigger is RU, R prime, U prime. And that helps in memorization because you can memorize a couple moves and then that there's that RU, R prime, U prime trigger there, and then you just do that and then continue. And the last thing is you want to track pieces that are moving around the cube, especially these F2L pairs that tend to get inserted, uninserted, and inserted a lot. So you can track those, and that helps with the memorization, I find. So, and it's definitely much easier to watch pieces moving around the cube than to just memorize a bunch of letters and primes and whatnot. So that sums it up for memorization. 1 a day, 2 tops, and watch for those triggers and those pairs and pieces that move around the cube. So now we'll get into some cases. A more basic case here is like a corner cycle, and if you look on the diagrams, you'll be able to find which pieces should be solved already, and like by the arrows. So this would be arrows like this, or actually like this in the counterclockwise fashion. And well, what happens is the pieces that aren't being touched by the arrows, so these and that, so this cross here and that corner that aren't being touched, those should be solved. But you can get it confused, like instead of these and you can see those are solved, you can get it mixed up, like this little headlights thing you think could be solved, and you can get confused a little bit, but you'll learn after a while. And then to tell between a clockwise and counterclockwise case, you just look at like this piece. If this color doesn't match with this, then it's counterclockwise. So like this should go here, so therefore blue, blue side here, red side here. So that's what it is. you should already know all the edge cycles from 2-look, and you should also know these edge ones that like go across, and then these two, that case. So the next one is the G perms, which are sort of confusing. This is the GD perm. How you tell the G perms apart is, first of all, there's always going to be headlights, and then they're going to go to the left, and there'll be a little column, either here, 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 or here, if headlights is on the left. This is GD, so this is where the column is. So you look at all the arrows, and then there should be two pieces that are sort of, you know, exposed and no arrows on them, and those are the two that are going to be solved. So that's how you tell where the column is. So like on this one, it's right here. So the headlights to the left, it's right here. And then like N perm is pretty easy to distinguish. It's just like these 4 sets of columns, and then there's 2 that go across, and then 2 here. It's pretty easy to see. So that sums up most of it. I went over some, you know, little cases there, and the memorization and all that stuff. So that covers it pretty much completely. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time on 1-Look OLL.